Love English podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Love English podcast. We are here to help you learn English for your real life in a simple and natural way. I'm your host, Leo.
And I'm Emma. It's so wonderful to be here with you all. This is a safe space for you to learn, so we will always speak slowly and explain everything. Leo, you seem a little stressed today. Is everything okay?
Hey, Emma, I am a little stressed. My commute this morning was terrible. The subway was so crowded and there was a delay. I was 20 minutes late for a meeting.
Oh no, a bad commute is the worst way to start the day. For our listeners, your commute is your daily journey to and from work or school. And that is a perfect introduction to our topic for today, how to talk about transportation.
This is a topic we all deal with every single day, how we get from one place to another. So let's start by talking about our own commutes. It seems like a good way to introduce the vocabulary.
I agree. So you take the subway. The subway is also called the metro or the underground in some cities. It's the train that runs under the ground.
That's right. I usually like taking the subway. The subway station is very close to my apartment, which is very convenient. Convenient means it is easy and saves time.
So what is your normal routine?
Normally, my commute is very easy. I walk to the station, go down to the platform where you wait for the train, and I usually only wait for a few minutes. I have a monthly pass, which is a card I buy once a month that lets me take unlimited rides. It's cheaper than buying a ticket every single day.
That's very smart. So what was the problem this morning? You said it was crowded.
It was so crowded. Crowded means there were too many people. I could barely find a place to stand. And then the train stopped between stations for about 10 minutes. We had a delay. A delay is when you are late because of a problem.
Oh, that does sound stressful. But normally you like the subway. What are the pros, the good things about it?
The biggest pro is that it's usually very fast. You don't have to worry about traffic. Traffic is all the cars on the road. On the subway, there is no traffic, so it's very efficient. Efficient means it works quickly and without wasting time.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's your commute. What about me? How do you think I get to work?
I'm going to guess you take the bus.
You are right. I am a bus person. I take the bus to the studio every day.
So what is your commute like? Is it better than mine?
Well, it has different pros and cons. The bus stop is right on the corner of my street, so it's also very convenient. I also use a monthly pass, so the fare, which is the price of the ticket, is not too expensive.
And what are the good things about taking the bus?
The best thing is that you get to see the city. Because the bus is on the street, you can look out the window. I see new shops, I see the park, I see people walking their dogs. It's more interesting than being in a dark tunnel underground.
That's a really good point. I don't see anything on my commute except other tired people. So what are the cons, the bad things about the bus?
The biggest con is the one you don't have, traffic. If there's a traffic jam, which is when all the cars are stopped or moving very slowly, then the bus is also stuck in that traffic. The bus can be very slow during rush hour.
Can you explain rush hour?
Rush hour is the time in the morning and evening when everyone is going to work or coming home from work. Usually from around 7 to 9 in the morning and 5 to 7 in the evening. The traffic is the worst during rush hour.
So the subway is usually faster, but the bus has a better view. That's a good comparison. What about other ways to get around? What about driving a car?
Driving a car gives you a lot of freedom. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to wait for a bus or a train. You can listen to your own music.
But what are the cons of driving in a big city?
There are many. First, there's the traffic we talked about. It can be very stressful. Second, gas or petrol is very expensive. And third, the biggest problem for me is parking. It can be so difficult and expensive to find a place to park your car in the city.
I agree. That's why I don't own a car. It seems like too much trouble. Okay, so we've talked about public transportation, like the bus and subway, and driving a car. What are some other simple ways to get around?
My favorite way for short distances is walking. It's free, it's good exercise, and it's good for the environment. If I'm just going to a shop in my neighborhood, I always walk.
Me too. And what about a faster version of walking?
Biking or cycling? Riding a bicycle is a great way to get around. It's faster than walking, and it's also great exercise. Many cities now have bike lanes, which are special lanes on the road just for bicycles to make it safer.
Okay, but what if it's late at night or it's raining and you need to get somewhere that's too far to walk?
Then you can take a taxi or use a ride-sharing app. A ride-sharing app is something like Uber or Lyft on your phone. You book a ride with the app, and a driver in a private car comes to pick you up.
When would you choose a taxi over the bus?
I would take a taxi if I have a lot of heavy luggage or if I'm in a big hurry and I don't want to wait. It's much more expensive than the bus, but sometimes it's the most convenient option.
This is such a complete list of transportation options. Let's do a quick role play to practice. Let's imagine we are planning to go to a concert on Saturday night. The concert is in a part of the city we don't know well.
Okay, perfect. I'll start. Leo, I'm so excited for the concert on Saturday night, but how are we going to get there?
That's a good question. I was just looking at the map. It's quite far away. I don't think we can walk.
Definitely not. So, should we take public transportation? We could take the subway.
I checked the subway map. We would have to take the red line and then transfer to the blue line. To transfer means to change from one train to another. And then we would still have to walk for 15 minutes from the station.
Ooh, that sounds a little complicated. And it will probably be very crowded on the Saturday night. What about the bus?
The bus is an option, but it will be very slow because of Saturday night traffic. It could take an hour to get there.
Okay, so the subway is complicated and the bus is slow. What is our other option? Should we drive?
I don't think driving is a good idea. Finding parking near the concert venue will be a nightmare. It will be very expensive if we can even find a spot. A venue is a word for the place where an event, like a concert, happens.
You are so right. I hate looking for parking. So what is the best solution?
I think we should take an Uber. We can split the fare between us. It will be more expensive than the bus, but it will be much easier and faster. It will take us directly to the door. To split the fare means to share the cost.
That is a brilliant idea, Leo. It's the most convenient option. It's less stressful. Let's do that.
And scene. That was a perfect, practical conversation. We discussed the pros and cons of different types of transportation to make the best decision.
I agree. So let's do our final summary for our listeners. We learned how to talk about our daily commute.
We learned vocabulary for public transportation like bus stop, subway station, ticket, fare, and pass.
We talked about the problems of driving, like traffic jams and parking.
And we discussed other great options like walking, biking, or taking a taxi or an Uber.
We hope this lesson helps you all feel more confident navigating your town and your conversations about it.
Thank you all for joining us on the Love English podcast. Have a safe journey.
Thanks for listening to Love English Podcast. Remember, every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. Keep learning and see you in the next episode.